he sell for an exceptional fee. Well, Jay is back with us. Jay, we're going to talk more about Diomande in a moment, but first, some huge news regarding another forward who could be coming to the Premier League. David Ornstein of The Athletic is reporting that Arsenal are exploring a move for Vinicius Jr. How do you like the sound of that?
I love the sound of that. That sounds good. They're the kind of moves that I need to be seeing.
That's what you wanted to hear.
That's a big move, yeah, because that's a statement move. That's a statement signing. You know, fans will get excited about that. Players will get excited about that. And he's a fantastic player. He's a young player. He's electric. We've seen what he can do with Real Madrid, playing in the Champions League. He's got that kind of experience as well. He's a winner. So I think that would be a great signing. To be honest, though, even him, you know, being one of the best wingers in the world, he's going to have to get used to the Premier League because it's a lot more physical than La Liga. But there's no doubt about it. He's one of the world's best.
And how would he fit in? Because he's expecting to start every game. Someone would have to make way for Vinny Jr.
He would. Everyone's making way for him.
Yeah.
If he comes to the Arsenal, you know, Martinelli's there, Trossard's there, right? And then Eze sometimes he plays that. Yeah, Trossard's off already. Martinelli's there. Eze's there. But Eze is more of a number 10 for me. He can play in that wide area, but Vinny Jr. comes... I mean, he's going in everyone's team straight away. There's no question about that. And
how would that would bring balance as well?
It would help. It would help Gyökeres massively as well because he's going to be getting to the line. He's going to be putting balls in the box. But the most important thing, and I said this from the beginning, Arsenal have been lopsided for years. You know, obviously Arsenal relies so much on the right-hand side with Saka out there. Obviously Odegaard and Saka was a link-up duo. Odegaard's not been playing as much recently. But if Arsenal were to make that signing and then have that kind of balance on both sides, it would really have defenders guessing because you can't now automatically just go and double up on one side every time Arsenal go and attack. You have to think about what's happening on the other side. So that would be an amazing signing. That's the kind of statement signing I think all Arsenal fans want to see. Because Arsenal fans, you know, I still live in North London, you know, everyone is frustrated with the business that Arsenal have done so far. So something like that would get everyone really excited. Everyone will be down to the Emirates buying Vinny shirts, I'm sure.
Could that potentially explain why they've been quiet? Because they've been working on that move behind the scenes.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Well, look at Solis. He's gone in there and I'm not saying that you know, he must be a really good young player for Mikel to look at him and say, we want to bring him in, make him the first signing. And then Vinny Jr., obviously he could be the main signing. And even if that was it, Solis and Vinny Jr., that I would look at that and say, that's a very good window. But I do feel like they need to bring a defender in, especially because Saliba is injured. We don't know how long Saliba is going to be out for. It was reported that he doesn't need back surgery anymore, but he's going to miss a few months for sure. That's why I say John Stones would be amazing because you ain't got to pay nothing for him. And then, can you imagine Vinny Jr. and Alvarez? Them two signings there, that would be fire. But if Vinny Jr., if this could happen, I mean... the fact that the Athletics reporting it means it's, you know, it's real. It's a real source.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Arsenal fans are going to get excited. I'm excited.
They should. It's early stages. However, David Ornstein is usually a very reputable source, isn't he, when it comes to transfers? I have to say to our viewers, I'm sorry about these coughing fits. It seems to be whenever you come on set. I don't know what aftershave you've got.
It's not my aftershave either.
Yeah,
I ain't wearing none.
But I'm allergic to it. All right, Jay, we're going to need to change it up for next time. So could the fact Vinicius Jr. might be leaving for Arsenal be the reason Real Madrid are desperately trying to sign Diomande? And what do you think? Have you seen much of the Leipzig player?
I like Diomande. I think he's a very good young player. Again, the money that Leipzig are looking for, I'm not sure. Like the £100 million, I don't think they're going to get that for him. For £100 million plus, I want to be signing the best winger in the world. To me, Diomande is not one of the best wingers in the world right now. There's no doubt about it. He could be if he keeps progressing. He's got a ceiling. He's young. He can keep improving. But I think Real Madrid are looking at more like the Elise, I think if they lose someone like Vinny Jr., who's arguably one of the best, they're going to have to go and sign someone that's arguably one of the best. And that would be the likes of Elise. So I can see Liverpool getting this one.
Yeah.
I can, because Salah's left. He can play on the right, Diamandi. That goal we see earlier, that's him playing off the right. But he plays on the left. We see that in the World Cup, where he was playing off the left too. So there's lots of options there. And I feel like that's the one that Liverpool will probably go all out for, because you have to replace Salah's goal somewhere. Obviously, Isak's going to be fit as well, so hopefully he can hit the ground running this season with a good pre-season. But I feel like Diamande will be going, well, if it's not PSG. But then even then with PSG, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, where are you playing? Are you better than Doué?
Yeah.
Are you better than Dembele? You know, are you better than these players? You know, they just signed a striker as well. So it's like, I don't know where.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, Kvaratskhelia. Like, I don't know where he would be going in to start there. And then that could stifle his progression. So if I'm him and his management, I would look at the pathway.
Yeah.
Right? And then I would say to myself, okay, I'm a young player. I can go to Liverpool, play week in, week out. And I'm not saying Liverpool is a stepping stone, because they're one of the biggest clubs in the world. But if you do really well at Liverpool, you know, Real Madrid are coming again. Barcelona are coming again. All the big nations are coming. Bayern Munich, they're all coming. So if it was me, I'd be telling my player to go somewhere where you can play week in, week out. And, you know, you're going to be in the best league in the world.
You say 100 million, you want the best winger in world football, but I mean, look what City have just done with Elliot Anderson. Chelsea have done with Morgan Rogers, one of the best midfielders in the world.
Elliot Anderson's definitely one of the best midfielders in the world. For me,
I feel like 100 million plus is now the going rate.
It is a going rate. You know, I've been talking about this with my friends for a long time now. It was Chelsea. Chelsea disturbed the market a few years ago when they spent 105 on Enzo Fernandez, and they spent 112 or something like that on Caicedo.
Yeah.
Of course, when the market has been disrupted like that, every other club is saying, okay, well, we think our midfielder is worth more than that. We think he's better than that. So we're not taking anything less. You know, Declan Rice was 100 million. If you was to buy Declan Rice now, you're paying like 120 for him. You know, at that moment, 100 million was the going rate.
And the rest, I reckon.
At that moment, that was the going rate. But again, like, if you want to buy one of the world's best attacking players, right? And we're talking about Elise's, then it's the 120 million pounds. But if we're talking about Diamande and he's like, was he 19 years old? Yeah. Like, he's just starting out. You know, I'm not paying top dollar for Diamande. That's not proven. He's in the German league. Yes, it is a good league. But to be paying that kind of money so soon, I can't justify that. But there are clubs that are going to be desperate for that kind of player in that position. That's why I say Liverpool. Liverpool have put the same bid in for Real Madrid. Maybe there can be some more add-ons. Maybe there could be more up front. But at the end of the day, I still feel like it's a lot of money, even for Liverpool, for Premier League clubs. I think it's a lot for someone so young and that's fairly inexperienced.
Yeah. But dig around those academies. There's probably someone similar in there.
He didn't have a great World Cup either.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Coast, wasn't it?
Arsenal closing in on 80 meters. Bruno Guimaraes transfer as final details are worked out. Arsenal are believed to be making significant progress in their pursuit of Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, with reports suggesting the deal is entering its final stages. The Brazilian international has been linked with the Gunners for several transfer windows after establishing himself as one of the Premier League's standout midfielders at St. James's Park. Now, there is growing optimism that Arsenal are edging closer to completing the move. According to the Evening Standard, discussions over an 80 million transfer are continuing, with both clubs working to resolve the remaining details before an agreement can be finalized. Sources indicate that only the finishing touches are needed before the transfer can be completed. After weeks of speculation, Arsenal supporters will be hoping this long-running saga is finally approaching a successful conclusion. Guimaraes has consistently been viewed as one of Mikel Arteta's priority targets, making this one of the club's biggest potential signings of the summer. Fans have also been waiting for an update from The Athletic's David Ornstein, who has not publicly commented on the situation for more than 2 weeks. While the lack of fresh information has created uncertainty, negotiations appear to have continued behind the scenes. Arsenal will also be eager to avoid a repeat of the disappointment they experienced after missing out on Morgan Rogers, who ultimately joined Chelsea. The North London club are determined not to let another key target slip away. If Guimaraes arrives, Arteta will have even greater flexibility in midfield. Arsenal are expected to continue using a three-man midfield featuring Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi or Miles Lewis-Skelly, alongside captain Martin Odegaard. Guimaraes could operate in a more advanced creative role or as a deep-lying playmaker, giving Arteta several tactical options depending on the opposition. His arrival would also increase competition for places, particularly for Zubimendi and Lewis-Skelly. While Rice's importance to the team remains unquestioned, the additional quality would be valuable over a demanding campaign, especially after Rice and Zubimendi carried heavy workloads throughout the 2025-26 season with limited opportunities for rest. Arsenal monitoring John Stones as Saliba injury raises. Defensive concerns Arsenal are also considering strengthening their defense by pursuing former Manchester City centre-back John Stones, who is currently available as a free agent following the expiration of his contract. Stones ended an outstanding 10-year spell at Manchester City this summer, leaving the club after winning 6 Premier League titles, the UEFA Champions League, and numerous domestic trophies under Pep Guardiola. The experienced defender reminded everyone of his quality during England's impressive run to the FIFA World Cup semi-finals, producing several composed performances that have attracted interest from multiple clubs across Europe. With Stones available without a transfer fee, he represents an attractive market opportunity for clubs willing to meet his wage demands. One factor that could work in Arsenal's favor is Mikel Arteta's previous relationship with Stones. The Arsenal manager worked closely with the defender during his time as Guardiola's assistant at Manchester City. Giving both men a strong understanding of each other's football philosophy, Saliba injury forces Arsenal to assess defensive options, according to reports from The Athletic. William Saliba suffered a back injury during France's World Cup semi-final against Spain. The issue is believed to be serious enough for Arsenal to explore defensive reinforcements ahead of the new Premier League season. Should Saliba require surgery or face an extended spell on the sidelines, Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta want an experienced replacement capable of making an immediate impact. Stones fits that profile thanks to his Premier League experience, leadership, and familiarity with Arteta's tactical system. Although Arsenal's summer transfer window has largely focused on maintaining the strength of their existing squad rather than making wholesale changes, Saliba's injury has created an urgent need to strengthen the heart of the defense. Chelsea have also been linked with Stones as they continue rebuilding under their new manager, meaning Arsenal could face competition if they decide to make a formal approach. For the Gunners, signing Stones would provide an experienced and reliable solution at a crucial time, helping protect their title ambitions while Saliba recovers. Meanwhile, Manchester City could eventually find themselves facing one of their most successful former defenders if Stones joins Arsenal, creating an intriguing storyline ahead of the 2026-27 Premier League campaign.